Day number 2 on Sumatra and Leah's 10th vlog. My name is Tristan Daly and I'm reporting to you live from Demai Bungalows. I am sitting here, lying here on a hammock, swinging. I hope that you can hear me. I haven't even checked if any of these vlogs you can actually hear me. Can you imagine if I actually upload them and they take like 20 years to upload and then you can't even hear me? Oh my word, Tristan, you lot start double checking things. Today has been a very chill day. There's actually not a lot to tell. I am again going to say that this will be a very short vlog, but I have disproven myself every time I've said that in the past. Anyway, dropping my phone. I better stop swinging, just in case. So, this morning we woke up super early. We woke up at 5:15 because we were expecting to leave at 5:30. Daddy, the guy who looks after us here, one of the local guys, had said, "Yeah, wake up at 5:30. He's one of the photographers. We'll go with you to Jambu, the Sumatran pipeline, which is 20 minutes south." He didn't wake up, or he didn't show up, so we just went, and it was so cold this morning. Like, I never thought that I could be cold in Sumatra, but I was freezing. And when we were packing to leave, I said to myself, "Nah, don't take a sweatshirt. You're not going to have space for it because of the scooters having the small compartment." And I thought, oh, well, I've already got a towel and fins and a leash and all my important things there. I don't want the sweatshirt to be stolen because it's my only one. So I put on this, which is a long sleeve shirt that's like rolled up. But turns out this is like one of the thinnest shirts that I have. Anyway, so we hop on the motorbikes and it's cold in the morning before the sun comes up. And it was torture. About halfway I thought I was going to turn around and come back, but I didn't end up doing that. So we drove 20 minutes south. We looked at the wave for 5 minutes and realized I am afraid of that wave. That is a serious wave. That's a dangerous wave. Everybody knows it's a dangerous wave. That's where I broke my board last year. First year, too scared to surf it. Second year, broke my board, had a bad wipeout, and I was like a little bit lost a little bit of confidence. This year I've come to destroy it. But only when it's perfect. Like, I don't want to surf it when it's breaking in sections or it's a little bit dodgy or whatever. So we decided not to surf that. We drove 20 minutes back, so I was freezing on the 20-minute drive there, freezing on the 20-minute drive back. I had sunblock on, so the bugs were all sticking to my face. And we didn't stop back here. We drove 20 minutes north of here, so to Mandiri, which is a beach break section, and it looked terrible there, so we stood there for about 10 minutes and then we drove back another 20 minutes. So all in all, we were driving for like an hour. Well, we were on the road for an hour and a half or 2 hours before we even got anywhere. Before we even surfed. We came back here and we realized that the wave out front was actually the best of them all. We didn't really want to surf it because it was pretty crowded the first day, and I already told you about the sort of bad etiquette and stuff. So it was our last resort and it was the best resort, so yeah. So we had breakfast first. I had egg on toast, which was quite nice. I had a coffee to try and warm up and chuck my hoodie on. Sure. Glad I brought that. Anyway, so we went for a surf here and I decided to brave my front foot traction on my Hayden shapes without a t-shirt because I'm so sick of wearing a t-shirt when I surf. I want to be free. And it didn't rash me for the first like 3 hours of the session. It only started rashing me in the last 20 minutes. So I've got a very hectic rash. Like, do I show you? Do I not show you? I don't know if you can even see. It's pretty painful, and I've got a hole in my skin from loading the spear gun. Like, you put it in your chest and you pull the rubbers, and it hurt me, and it hasn't healed properly, so now I've got a hole. Anyway, so I had a nice surf, had a lovely surf. The rash got quite bad. The reason we had such a good surf today, it wasn't so crowded because the swell size picked up quite a lot, and when the swell size picks up, it thins the crowd quite a bit because the less experienced surfers don't really come out so much. Um, and yeah, I had a pretty nice session. Manu came in like an hour before me. I just couldn't get out. I just kept getting waves. I'm not surfing so well. Um, this wave is so different from the waves that we had in the Mentawis. Um, the board that I have, the Hayden shapes, it is super, super good for hollow and hollow small waves, okay, or medium-sized wave. It doesn't work very well on fat, large waves. It's like the opposite of what it does well. So it's a bit too wide and a little bit. It's just very weird. I'm not surfing too well, and I get a little bit frustrated, but I'm still having a lot of fun. Um, when I was coming in, I saw a board just floating, and somebody had snapped their leash, so I had to bring their board in for them, and I was lying on my board with my rash. I had the one board on this side, and I was only paddling with one arm in a rip, so the rip was pulling me out to sea, and I was paddling against the rip with one hand to try and save the other guy's board from the reef. He was very grateful though. It took me like 10 minutes to get in, well, longer than 10 minutes. But anyway, so pretty nice surf. We waited around for lunch. After that, we had chicken burgers and chips. It was so nice. Yo, I've been enjoying the food here big time. First day pizzas, second day chicken burgers. Excuse me. And immediately after our burgers, we went for a dive at that same place where I saw the grouper yesterday. Saw absolutely zilch. Visibility was worse than yesterday. It was a pretty awful dive. The only positive about the dive is I found some caves. Now, that is a very rare thing. You don't really get that on our coast. The rocks are all pretty like rocks. They're not like coral with them. I found some caves, and I don't want to sound badass or anything like that, but diving in caves, free diving in caves is super dangerous because if you get stuck in there, you're in trouble. But I went into some caves. Not very big, probably like 1 meter by 1 meter. Just going in, and then the entranceway, and I had a torch, and I used the torch. I got to use the torch. Checking the inside of the caves. I didn't get stuck, and it's really hard to come out backwards without hitting your head. I was very careful, but my breath hold is like 10 out of 10 these days, so it was a bit of a bummer of a dive. But anyway, so we came back from the dive, and we both suffering from exactly the same terrible neck pain. It was awful. So I don't know if it was how we slept, or was it all the driving yesterday on the scooters, or if it was the surfing. I doubt it's the surfing. But anyway, we were both suffering from really bad neck problems, and he said, dude, let's go for a massage. And I was like, nah, I don't really want to. I've never really been for a proper massage before. And pricey, it's 150 Rand for 1 hour. But anyway, since he owed me some money, he owed me $100, so I just put 50 Rand in, and we went for this massage at 5 o'clock. And it was absolutely incredible. It was so painful at times, like when she massages your calves. Woo! Woo! Calves and shoulders. I seem to have a lot of tension and a lot of knots and stuff in my back and my shoulders. Pretty active guy and do a lot of surfing, and I've got some hectic knots that she didn't even manage to get out, but it was an amazing massage. Like, what an incredible experience. I'm like so relaxed right now. I'm just like, oh, dude. Oh. So we just got back from that now. There was no sunset tonight because it was overcast, and I'm yet to be able to take a photograph for you for sunset, but I will soon. Don't you fear. Oh, by the way, one other thing is, while we were driving around, we went to the Indomart, which is a little quickie mart, I wanted to go and buy a 2-litre cool drink because the cans here are 10 rand, but the 2 litres at the shop are 14 rand. So I just went and bought myself a Sprite. When we were on our way, we stopped at the ding repair shop where they fix surfboards. And what I found a brand new Almeric surfboard. Those go for 9,000 rand in South Africa, right? A brand new Almeric surfboard, hardly surfed, my size, my dimensions, but it had been creased. I don't know if you know much about surfboards, but they're made out of fiberglass, and with enough pressure, and if you fall in a bad way, instead of sometimes it like breaks only on the bottom or on the top. It doesn't break clean through. That's called a crease. Anyway, so I said, this is how much to have this board fixed and to buy it, and he gave me the price, and I've decided that I'm going to buy the board tomorrow, since my equipment's not really working out for me so well here, and I feel like I need a board that it would not be the end of the world if I broke. And I've got this plan. So the board is gonna serve me my purpose while I'm here. It's probably going to be a little bit heavy, but it doesn't matter. When I leave, we're going to have a lot of footage and photos and videos and stuff to buy from the local guys here. And for both of us, it'll easily cost the same as the surfboard that I had bought. And rather than bringing back that extra weight home, unless I really love the board, then I'll bring it home. Maybe I'll just trade the board in for the photos, and it will solve my space problem, and my surfboard problem, and my photo problem all at once. The one thing I have not figured out though is if I buy another board, and I do decide to take it home, I'm not going to have space for the 2-minute noodles that I need to buy, because I'm going to buy a lot of 2-minute noodles and bring them home. So I'm yet to figure that out. Maybe I'll just get a backpack or something like that and just fill it with noodles. Try and get through the customs. Anyway, this ends today's vlog. I am going downstairs for dinner. Apparently we are having crumb chicken and noodles, I think, and vegetables. So, pretty excited for that. Having a really nice time.